when we were buying the RV park, I was totally clueless whether we could raise $2+ million, and we did. And that holds a lot of people back, but like we might not have, and we would just drop the contract and keep plugging away. So I love the concept. I recognize that the only way to buy big deals is to have investors and have a structure to scale it. And when you put it like that, we closed the RV park or we closed the retail, we've got another one. That's pretty fast. Welcome to the Real Entrepreneur Podcast with your host, Alex Coffman.
What's your name?
Matthew Typey. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's good to be back, baby.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah.
What's going on?
In town for a photo shoot and some boxing training, and then heading back later today. But things are good, man. I've been feeling just blessed, and I've always, on a personal level, like wanted to get healthy, and I feel super healthy right now, and boxing's forced that. So that's been really
you
cool.
look really good.
Thank you.
You're thinning out on your face, and
Yeah, thanks. 18 pounds.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks, and I'll
Right.
probably lose another 10 or so, but
Seems longer than that, though, doesn't it?
it does.
Like when you brought up the boxing match, seems like
yeah,
6-8 weeks ago.
yeah. I've been talking about it a lot, I guess. But it's been sometimes when I try to get healthy, I'll just like not eat for a week, and I'll lose like 12 pounds. And this is like slower, but like healthy and good. So, but dude, it's so easy to get injured.
Yeah.
I
Should
hurt
push
my
through
arm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone gets injured in boxing.
Just
But
in general.
The problem is, like, I actually was thinking about this, something that I might stick with, but it might not
Boxing?
be. It might not be the best thing because of that. Like my brother, he swims, and I'm like, yeah, swimming, like just for longevity.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
Like I hurt my arm today because we
Yeah.
crossed arms and it like bent the wrong way.
Right.
And that could, if you're going hard, like it could take you out for a couple weeks if you did back or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe look at a different martial art.
Yeah.
But boxing, jiu-jitsu, judo. It's fun though. I mean, there's something different about, in my opinion at least, there's something different about swimming and turn on your survival instincts of fighting somebody. Like I feel like even though you may get injured, I feel like that's actually more beneficial for somebody to tap into that side of your animalistic, part of you that needs to fight and survive and win.
It's competition. That's like I was telling one guy that wants to get into it. It's like, yeah, I have a competition that I'm training for, but even if you're just showing up to the gym, you're boxing other guys, and that alone is making you competitive.
Yeah. Tell us about this boxing match. What is it? Where did it come from? And
yeah, so my buddy James McGill hooked me up, and he was gonna fight, and he realized he had a couple concussions and it wouldn't be smart. So we were at his office, and he got off the phone with his doctor, and he's like, I can't fight. And I was like, I'll do it. And that's how it started. And then it's
did you
with
contact your doctor?
No. It's with the YMCA. It's a charity event. It's called Boxing by the Bay Champions for Charity. There's 6 fights. They're raising money. Like they're getting about $30,000.
It's a bunch of people who are not boxers.
No.
Right.
But me and the other guy are pretty serious about this.
Right.
Everyone else is kind of just having fun. He texted me yesterday. You saw that text.
Did you respond?
Not yet. I have not responded yet.
Did you say something to him before that?
No,
or that was the first?
That was the first text. I do need to respond. Something.
You going to say what Benny said?
I got to probably get on a phone call or something. But
what do you mean?
Like, dude, boxing's tough. Like, I agree with you guys. You can't really go 75%. Because if you get hit in the head at 75%, you're going to want to go 100 or 90. But I do agree with the sense of this is a charity, like we're raising money. And if I pop him, I don't need to wail on him. Like for the sport, you can pop him and, come back a little bit and play the sport of the game. Versus like, I'm in this to.
Yeah, but regardless, I mean, sure. I think that you don't need to kill somebody.
Right.
But that's not what this is about right now. This is about the mental game leading up to it.
Yes.
So it's, no one's telling you to kill anybody, right?
Yeah, right.
And nor would you ever do that.
I know, but it's easy for that mindset to take over in a fight.
Sure, but I mean, you're going into a fight.
Right.
I mean, if you weren't going to go in there and fight, y'all should just do like a kickball tournament and raise money for that, right?
I agree.
Dude,
I've been training hard. Like, I'm running in the rain last night, like just motivated, dude.
Yeah. Do you have your hoodie on?
No.
Running up the deep
No shirt on, dude.
But
I'm with you. Like,
this is a mental game.
Yeah.
100%. Everything's mental. I mean, even even you, right? Like it's you need to prepare yourself going in mental leading up to it, and then your opponent. I mean, you want to beat them mentally.
Yeah.
If you beat him mentally, then you may not have to actually hurt him. If you think about it that way.
That's true. It's a confidence builder, and like I said, I really believe it's like such a blessing. Like meeting James, having this opportunity. I'm sitting in the rough part of town yesterday, pumping up my tire in my car, and like there's some rough people walking around, and like I have a little different confidence. I was like, because I'm like squatting down, like looking around, but I'm a little bit more confident.
Yeah. Well, so are you thinking about responding and being like, yeah, we'll take it light and be friends and be easy?
Yeah, kind of.
Why?
Because, so talked to my pastor about it like a week ago, and he's like, because I'm getting serious. I mean, I'm a fighter, dude. I'll get serious. He's like, just remember, this is for charity. And I'm like, that's a good point, man. Like, this is to promote the why.
Sure.
We want to put on a good show.
What do you know the story of David and Goliath?
Absolutely.
Do you, I mean, I don't specifically every single detail.
Yeah.
Do you?
I think so. Yeah, most of it.
Do you know if David leading up to it was, all friends, or did David go in there to accomplish a mission?
Mission. Mission focused.
I mean, regardless of how you look at it, you can, I don't know. I think you can do both. You can be spiritual. You can be somebody's friend, but at the same time,
I agree. I mean, I have the feeling if I'm gonna get in the ring and you knock me out, like, good on you. I'm not mad about it. Like, that's what we're here to do. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna think but there is dirty boxing. Maybe that's what he's referring to. Like, you can take it too far.
Yeah. I don't, and no one thinks you're not a dirty person. You're not gonna, and you don't want to hurt anybody, really.
Right.
So everybody knows that.
But like,
we're just trying to get you in the.
No, I know, dude. It's tricky. I mean, swinging 100% is powerful for anybody.
What do you mean?
Like a right hook, 100%. Everything you got into that.
What do you mean powerful? Like it'll hurt somebody?
Like, could kill somebody.
Yeah.
Really?
You're not going to kill anybody. If you did kill somebody at the YMCA event, you would be a legend.
No, I hear
USA
you,
Boxing would be really interested at that point.
I'm excited to like overtrain to be the better boxer is my goal, and win. Like
give us a little shadow box.
Come on, baby.
What's been your favorite part of this process?
Learning something new is cool,
or most surprising.
Like I know this isn't anything profound, but I love the offense and defense at the same time. Just a fair, this one comes, I'm open. This one comes, you got the same. There's two things that stick out to me. Like, I'm learning significant, like, very quickly. Like, every time that I spar or go in the ring, I'm like 20 to 30% better. Mm-hmm. So there's just like so much traction to gain. Mm-hmm. That's been fun. And then just working out in general. I mean, it's one of the few things, like, what you put into it, you're guaranteed results. There's no, like business, there's results are going to come, but there's, you make a mistake or something doesn't happen. But like, you go to the gym, you work out, you are 100% going to be better the next day.
Yeah.
100% payoff.
Yeah. You've been sticking to the nutrition too?
I haven't had one cheat at all. I push it to the limit, to the max, like to injury.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm shadow boxing with 20-pound dumbbells.
There you go. That's good. That's hard.
Yeah.
20-pounders are, it's not light.
No.
For throwing punches.
Right.
Get in the bottom of the pool and shadow box.
I haven't done that yet. But so much to learn. Like I hurt my rib, and then I realized like the reason why that guy popped me in the rib, you popped me in the rib, I got popped in because I'm leaving it open.
Yeah.
Like not only is it getting hurt, but I'm like, that's just a wide open spot. Like why are y'all hitting that same spot? It's just wide open.
Right. I mean,
so then my coach is telling me like now I might have to fight a whole different way versus this, and I might have to go like this. Like he said, that's how Foreman fought. Like he would go up and down like this. I
was watching street boxing matches last night, and this dude was going like this. This how it was pretty.
Everybody
funny.
has different styles, but it's such a cool sport, man.
Well, it's good. So
and it's in Corpus, it's such a small world. Like it's kind of a big deal as far as like, I mean, the mayor's going to be there.
Yeah.
And like people are going to know who won and if you're a fighter or not.
Yeah. Well, I understand I'm sure it is difficult to navigate because you're not trying to, you're not doing this to be a boxer necessarily. You don't want to hurt anybody. And really I was thinking about this last night when we were talking about it. You really have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have different aspirations of, political stuff, and you want to, build relationships with people. And,
yeah, exactly.
But it is tricky because at the same time, if you are going into a fight, you kind of have to, be looking for blood. Like when you and I boxed the other day when you came in town, and even when you asked today if I would, and I said, well, like if I were to box you right now, there'd be a part in my brain that would kick on, and the rest of the day I would be very caught up in my head and like wanting to fight somebody.
Wow.
It'd be nothing I would think about. Like when you came last time and we boxed, I was upset with myself because I hadn't boxed in a long time.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
And like I was studying, and all I wanted to do was fight. And so it'd be very hard for me to approach it without like, I don't know, something just switches for me, and I like that switch. Like I like going into to kill mode and wanting to go after somebody's throat, because that's the mindset that I would want to be in if I was going into a fight.
Right.
And so it's kind of tricky. Like today, you said, do you want to box a little bit? And I could for sure, but like I would spend the entire rest of the day, wanting nothing but blood and it would affect the live training tonight.
Like I can get there, I just don't have it like that.
What do you mean?
Like I could just go spar, and I wouldn't be like ready for more blood or But like Sam is like that, you're like that.
Yeah, well, what I was getting at with that was that it is kind of tricky, and I understand.
Like, dude, honestly, this might sound crazy. I might have the wrong mindset, but if I could go in there and just go all out and just like knock him out, or me be the one to be knocked out, like, and I come off as like this savage in a charity event, I'd rather get knocked out.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But if it was like world championship boxing, like
that's why I said you're in a tricky position. Like for myself, I would want to. I wouldn't care if I was viewed as the savage at a charity event, but I also don't have the aspirations that you do.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like I want to be friends with this guy. Like he's a cool guy.
Right. Well,
you're right.
It's interesting. Like ever since you started this process, like. I've been thinking about it as my fight, like I'm getting involved mentally, thinking about it, nothing all day long.
Yeah.
And I don't even the one fighting.
Well, the other problem with
And then when you're like, I want to be friends with them, I'm like, no.
The other problem with the mindset and everything is like, dude, we have 3 1-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So like, that's in favor of like, you just got to go all out. Like, it's gonna be over.
It'll be a little bit longer than you.
Yeah.
Depending on how y'all, if y'all are both on defense, at the start,
30 seconds is a while.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it is just going to be depending on how y'all are fighting each other, right? Because if both y'all, which y'all aren't,
just come out swinging.
Yeah, I mean that would be a lot. But if y'all are tactful, it's really only a few exchanges.
Right. Yeah, like maybe 3 or 4 each.
Right.
I love it though, dude. And my coach is really good.
Benny, I like Benny.
He's so cool. The way he coaches, I'm sure you've had someone like this, but someone who really understands something.
Mm-hmm.
I think we tried this. I know I try it with real estate. Like, and you've said it, like these analogies. When you go to like these analogies that can resonate in a different way, and you're being taught that, it's really cool.
Yeah. Last night when your coach was telling you to respond in a certain way, I felt better. At first, I was like,
yeah.
Because you're just a peace-loving guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I hope he's not being trained by, pacifists.
Yeah.
Like, you need somebody there who's pushing you to be a savage.
Right.
Even if you choose not to.
Sure. At least lean that way.
Well, it's just good that you got somebody who's teaching you to fight, who cares that you're going to win.
Yeah. It's going to be fun, man. It's a big event.
September 14th.
Yep. 7:00 YMCA downtown Corpus Christi.
And you're going to speak earlier that day.
Yep. Speaking at a real estate event.
What time are you speaking?
10 in San Antonio.
And then driving straight back.
Yeah.
Lacing up the gloves.
Justin's serious too. He's like, I'm going to drive you down to San Antonio so you don't have to drive.
It's good.
He's like, I just want you to get your mind right.
Yeah, you need to get your mind right.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to us about business. What I've been talking to the people a lot this year about how I think it'd be really good to get your perspective. But I've been talking to the people a lot how like last year we didn't really buy anything. I don't think.
Really?
2023
small stuff.
We maybe bought like 1 or 2 deals, but we really halted all of our operations because that was market shifted June of 22, right? And then we were still buying stuff, smaller stuff, but then 23 we really kind of halted buying stuff. Really, a lot of stuff didn't make sense.
Yeah,
but
most people did, I would say.
But we spent a lot of time. We had tons of hard money loans. We had a whole bunch of stuff we had to like try our best to stabilize with all those other deals.
Yeah.
But we also, halted buying stuff, and we did practice discipline. And I talk about this a lot. Like I think it really probably pissed you off a lot. You'd be like, dude, let's buy this 8-plex, or let's buy this, and I didn't want to, and we didn't, but we did practice discipline. And over this year, and we had conversations where there is no cash flow in real estate. You remember those conversations?
Yeah, totally, dude. And we learned a lot. And I was telling someone this yesterday. It's like, it does kind of piss me off. I don't know if that's the best word, because I have these deals and there was a time when you wouldn't question it. We just do it, and now you do. But I was like, to be honest, most of the time Alex is right, and I've learned that, so I'm good with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying, like, since you said that, like corporate, like Condesa, like I do like it, but I do know you're probably right. So
what's so weird about it is that nobody wants it. Like is that not the biggest turnoff to you? It's like, why would you want?
But also, on my side of things, it's nobody's going at the price I'm trying to get it at. Everybody's going at the 2.8s, 2.9s.
But you're 3% lower. It's not like it's a huge difference. From 2.7 to 2.6, it's like
no, I'm at 2.5, but yeah, I hear you.
5%,
Yeah.
6%. But my point is that, anyways, we don't have to talk about Condesa, but
well, I just think that I don't know, man. I wish we could see the landscape of who's doing everything, but just a 40-unit apartment or 20-unit apartment in general, I'm not sure anybody's buying any of them at all.
They are, and
but I don't think the numbers are better than these basic numbers. If they are,
people are buying deals though, and that's the thing. Like, people are buying deals. A lot of the deals,
I think they're doing the bigger ones
for sure. I mean, there's definitely it is a unique because we're not attracted to it because of many reasons, but first and foremost 40, and it is too big for the guys that just buy the houses, and it's too small for the other guys. But there's people who would
comment below. So we got $67,000 a door, $900 rents. If you or anyone that's closed deals that are better than those metrics, I'd love to hear about it. Seriously.
In Corpus Christi, you got to paint the whole picture.
Sure, that's fair.
Like there's I think it's a 38 unit in Austin at something $60,000-$70,000 a door.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
Yeah,
even though I don't like the scale at all, like there'd be a lot of buyers for that deal.
Sure,
even at the size.
Yeah. But I'm with you, bro. I mean, that's, on the path you're going, like, there's been a lot of learning, and I feel very blessed that we bought the RV park. Like, that's a big deal. And
RV park.
I'm not sure, like, we could go back and get it. I don't know. Like, it was right time as far as how we worked the deal, negotiated it, the investors. Like, that was a game-changing deal. Mm-hmm. And I do only want to do bigger deals like that, and it was a process to turn away from single family and 8 units and knowledge, but also just real experience. Like, they don't do anything for you. Mm-mm. They did in Austin. I mean, we were dealing with a market that has just shifted. Yeah. I mean, I was in that for 10 years, and that's what worked. And now that's just not the new environment. And it probably never will be if I really had to think about it.
Yeah. Well, and that's that was where I was getting at with the original question was it was hard to practice that, because we were prior to 23. I mean, we were buying 20 plus deals a year easily.
We had such a good model to see deals that other people didn't. Everybody else would buy them regardless, and then we literally had to shift the entire model to a different infrastructure. But our system was we're getting 10, 20, 30, 40 deals a day that people are having a hard time getting one.
Right.
So they were just easy to get control of and flip or wholesale or buy and sell later.
Right.
And that's gone.
It's gone.
That was our, I think, a big competitive advantage that we had. Most people didn't have that.
Right. No, they didn't. And it was a great model while it lasted.
We did good with it. It was wild.
It was
That
wild.
was really wild.
And so it was very hard to go from, 100%, 100 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour.
Yes.
Because then we had to fix all the wreckage that model created when the market shifted.
Which credit to you that we did, because it's not easy to just shift.
No.
Because it takes time. So we had to turn the whole thing.
It took 12 full months.
Probably a lot of people
15 full months to shift.
Didn't do that, I would imagine.
No, they didn't. But it was necessary. And so, we've gone through a lot from that period of time to last year not doing anything. And it's hard to not do anything because we love doing things and we love buying stuff.
But we were even me personally, like you said, we were cleaning things up. Yeah. I'm still doing that with, these single family homes that I have for sale
Yeah, but that makes it even worse. It's bad enough not doing anything, but it's even worse when you're not doing anything and you got to clean up all the wreckage.
I know, but it's good to get it off the plate.
Yeah.
I sold some houses. I owner financed a house I have on Forest Bluff. I finally got the Tyndall leased.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much?
$2,799. So not great, but it was vacant for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's huge. So just cleaning things up is nice. And
Yeah.
then the psychology of true lessons learned to not repeat, to never, be in a position where we're cleaning properties up.
Right.
Like the RV park, we're not going to ever have to clean it up. Like,
no,
it's just going to be a great asset.
Right. Well, it was just the old model, but that was kind of my question. Is so obviously that period of time, but now on the new trajectory, and even though it's probably a little less frequent, like we closed shopping center February, I think, or March, and then we closed RV park in May. Looking at putting another one closed, in a couple of months, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so, what's been your perspective of this year and the assets we've been buying and approaching it this way?
I mean, I just really feel like that's kind of my advice for everybody that asks is, what would you do different? And I just wish we would have done this sooner.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. I agree with it. When we were buying the RV park, I was totally clueless whether we could raise $2+ million. And we did. And that holds a lot of people back. But, like, we might not have. And we would just drop the contract and keep plugging away. So I love the concept. I recognize that the only way to buy big deals is to have investors and have a structure to scale it. And when you put it like that, we closed the RV park, we closed the retail, we closed the RV, we got another one. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, it is fast.
Even though probably doesn't feel like that to you. It
Even though
definitely doesn't feel like it to me.
Yeah. Even though in the 60 days, after RV park, it's like,
I'm like, why aren't we closing anything?
right.
But we were just signing papers all the time.
Right. Previously.
Right.
Creating wreckage they would have to clean up later.
100%. But worked, 85% of the time? And then the final days of it, when the market 15 didn't work.
Right. Well, what's kind of your perception on moving forward, and what are you excited about, and deals and real estate in general?
Well, I feel like we thought $2 million was a lot. I was looking at that $70 million deal. It just seems like the potential is unlimited, right? Like raising $2 million or raising 10 doesn't feel any different to me as far as a task, because we have the structure and the process in place. So it just opens everything up. Everything's potential, and then it's not that slow, steady growth. It's kind of a little bit quicker. Like seems like it takes longer, but it goes up faster. And so
it's less volume.
Yeah.
In terms of frequency, but it's bigger. So the growth is.
I mean, we could buy a $70 million deal. Like, that's possible.
Yeah.
And then that would just go 10x anything we've ever done, just like that. And then we're going for $700 million.
Right.
So it's much quicker. And also recognizing that people need it.
What do you mean?
People want to have people that they can invest with, that they grow with.
It has been really cool building that community of investors this year, in my opinion. Like I was talking to an investor yesterday, helping him with paperwork, and he's like, man, I missed out on the last one. I really like you guys, like the way that you guys keep everybody updated, like how transparent you guys are, blah, blah, blah. And so it's cool to be building that relationship with people who are trusting us with, their retirement. They're trusting us with, executing on the deals. They're our true partners on the deals. They're going to experience the same benefits that anybody else would. And so it is really cool to provide those opportunities to people and have all these partners and more people on the journey with us.
And with the entrepreneur community, nowadays the calls are so much better.
Yep.
Just in the last 3 calls or 2 calls maybe.
Yeah, a lot better.
It's just been a process, but we're getting on these calls with 10, 15 people, and they're people that are serious, and we're not having like really basic conversations. We're not having to push people as much to do stuff. They want to do stuff, and that's been really cool too.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I mean, that's not near where
but it's just like a significant change.
It is. Well, and that kind of goes with the mindset shift too, in terms of quality versus quantity. There's more buy-in from people. We're talking about real deals that are going to change. One of these deals will change their lives, right? We have seriousness. There's a level of sophistication there. And so I agree with you. It's all around, a better experience.
Yeah.
I have more fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I personally feel like I'm going down the politicking path more and more, which it all kind of feeds into itself, but it's always been like a calling of mine to.
Can you explain that? You say politicking, but.
Yeah. James told me that one. He's like, dude, everything's politicking.
Well, what I'm getting at is, we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, so does that mean you want to be on the board of the YMCA, or does that mean you want to run for president of the United States?
Yeah, that one.
President?
Yeah.
POTUS?
Yeah.
So what does it look like to get there? And like, are you actually pursuing it, or is this?
Yeah, I'm not like going out and starting a campaign, but I'm not in a rush either. I truly have felt like since a kid, it's a calling to be involved.
Probably can't be POTUS till you're 80 years old anyways.
Yeah, right. But I now more than ever, like, I'm passionate about like what's going on, and I studied history in college. I loved reading about the founding fathers and the Declaration and the Constitution, and I really believe in it wholeheartedly. And so like those are things that I want to help out with. It doesn't have to be POTUS.
Give us your hot takes. What are your stances?
Well,
Second Amendment.
The one of the ways that I heard this recently is like, at the core, I'm a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. And so like, I would tend to be more libertarian, but like, that's not really a reasonable thing these days. It's like Republican or Democrat. I'm a Republican, Christian worldview, and
did RFK. Do you study the landscape? Like, do you study what's happening in the DNC and
I try to
this, that, and the other, how all this happened? RFK, I don't know if you watched his 40-minute speech.
I didn't watch his speech, but he joined with supporting Trump.
But he says like, the media wouldn't give him coverage. He, has always been a Democrat his entire life. They wouldn't allow him in. They wouldn't allow him to run.
Yes.
So then they gave him all these unachievable tasks if he wanted to be on the ballot. Like,
I follow it, and I also, I follow city, I follow national. I go back in history and like just try to study these guys, and I just love, learning about it, and I love our country, right? And right now it seems like I try hard to understand the other side and like have conversations, and it seems like it is literally like we're going this way or this way is what it feels like.
Left or right?
Yeah. Like they're completely different world. Like, comment if you have it, but I look at it like the way I've been seeing it is if you basically believe in the Constitution, like you agree with like the founding principles and like all the amendments, like if you agree with these things, you're basically Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why?
What do you mean why?
Like,
why is the Republican side the only one that believes in the Constitution?
Like if you believe in the Constitution, it seems to me like you're basically a Republican. But like, why can't basically what I'm saying is, if that's true, if Republicans believe in the Constitution and Democrats don't, then we literally have nothing to like agree on to come to the middle on. We are literally going completely opposite directions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so like that seems to be the case, and I do believe in the Constitution.
Yeah.
And so it's just like if you don't believe in the founding principles of our government, then our country is going in a completely different angle than it.
Give me an example, like such as free speech, such as Second Amendment, such as.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know all the amendments.
Just of I don't either. Like, but I plan to, but like just saying that, like, do you believe in the Constitution? Like, do you agree with it? Yeah. I literally think you can tell if someone's a Republican or a Democrat based on that answer.
Yeah, but what I was asking was, I mean, if you don't believe in the Constitution, if that's the case, I'm sure Democrats would disagree with what you just said.
I hope so.
Because if that's the case, then it seems pretty obvious that it's very surprising as to how that's even a party, if that is the case.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe that, I don't know. Like, I genuinely want to, like, have honest conversations, but maybe the thought is, this was how the country was founded, but it needs to change. And so we need to change all these things.
Yeah, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They're not very radical views necessarily, such as free speech, such as.
Yeah, but people, they can be, like, quickly, right? I mean, some of these, like, abortion and books, like, it's complicated. And, like.
Yeah, but abortion's not a constitutional fact, is it?
No, but I'm just saying, like, these little things, like, right to bear arms, right? Like, is there a limit on the type of arm? Like, I don't want to say I have all the answers. I do want to just genuinely hear everyone out. And I feel like too many times, my opinion is that people are so set. I got all the answers. And he's been like, dude, you're just sitting around the kitchen table. You don't even know anything about anybody on your local city council. So you're just talking to talk.
Like a citizen?
Yeah. Like everyone who has these super strong opinions. I get it.
Yeah, well, everybody has super strong
opinions. Like, are you actually, but it's just talk if you're not, and I'm not perfect at this by any means, but if you don't know anything about what's going on in your own city, then, like, that's where you can actually have a pretty big effect, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's huge city issues that are going on all the time.
So,
like, I guess Corpus is dealing with books, right? Like, do you or do you not ban books, certain type of books,
in the school system?
Yeah, like or in the library, general. Like, like vulgar books, I guess.
Well, but is your point in saying that if you have such a strong opinion, you should be fighting for change one way or the other? But that's the whole point of voting, though, in a sense, right? Because everybody's not going to go get involved in politics. And that's why the action that they take is to vote for the person who will implement that change.
100%. But be educated on, at a local. What I was saying is, like, I'm studying at a local level. Like, when I'm saying politicking, like, I'm just trying to play the best part that I can. And I'm sitting at a table, with high up officials. Yesterday I met with the guy that's running for mayor in Corpus.
Yeah, but what's your plan, though? I guess that's what I was asking. Yeah. Like, what do you, if you say the ultimate goal is to run for president of the United States, like, what's your, do you want to go join city council? Do you want to be a senator?
That would be cool, obviously, right? Like, if I could bring tremendous value there, but I just want to be involved in, like, just hope that, I can play a part to keep our country going down a path that's good for my kids, right? And, like, then the spiritual aspect of it is, like, where does God want me to do, and how do I hear him and follow his path, and like, lean into the fear if there is fear.
Who's your favorite, if you were to pick, I don't know, 2 or 3, who are your favorite, like, political
I really like Ron
voices?
Paul.
Ron Paul?
Yeah.
Ron and Rand?
Yeah.
Ron's the dad?
Ron's the dad. Yeah. I was big on Ron Paul when I thought he was making a real run at it.
Where's Ron Paul today? Is he
He's still involved in, like, very big voice, and, like, has all kinds of books, and I just think he's a libertarian, which is ultimately what I would lean towards.
Describe libertarian.
It's conservative. The way I've heard it and think about it is conservative principles on, like, finance and business, and then liberal minded on, weed could be legal, or if you want to get married and you're gay, like, you can do that. Like, liberal on personal choices and then conservative on business aspects.
Just no government.
Less government, yeah. I mean, government's not here to solve the problems. They're never going to solve the problems. But it's frustrating, dude. I mean, some of these people, when you really learn about it,
it's interesting, right?
These city council members, they actually become millionaires from being on city council.
Well, think about what you just said, though. Like, government never solves problems, and they cause problems. And you want to go join government.
Yeah, to help the best way I can. Because it's the dominant force.
And a system that's
the problem. The system's so... Like, I was talking to a high-up guy, and he's like, just remember, if you ever get elected, just remember who put you there. I'm like, dang, that's the whole problem.
Yeah.
Like, you literally just answer to the people that put you in there because you almost need... And that's the reason I've always just been like, I'm not about this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's...
It's just the thing, like, everybody says, like, you have a good heart and you want to change things, and then, you know, you're always corrupted. Like, that's literally what happens to every politician, apparently.
Yeah. Just from an outside perspective, and, you know, someone who knows you really well. And I don't know government, though. Yeah. So it's hard to... But what I can imagine, and like what you just said, it's hard to imagine that if you're struggling with, like, the mindset going into this 3-minute boxing match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not... I'm not doing this for, like, personal pride. Like, I literally genuinely feel like I'm supposed to do this.
But I guess I would ask is, can you actually make a difference there? Like, does government actually do anything?
I believe so. Like, I do believe that. Just say it here, right? Like, I would vote for Trump over the opposite, and, like, I do.
You heard it here. Matthew Typke endorses Donald Trump.
But, like, there's a significant difference on who gets elected there. Like, the direction of our country.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that to me. Like, it seems like we would have less wars. People would be doing better, just like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you seen his little 20-point plan?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show it to you. And if you like look at this plan, you're like, all of that sounds great.
Yeah.
But that's not what the opposite side would do.
Right.
So, like, that matters. Like, we actually can't, like, those things can be put in place.
Yeah. I don't know. This is the first year that I'm voting. I've never voted.
Good.
My entire life.
Yeah. So you're getting a little bit more interested or playing a part in it.
Yeah.
I wasn't as big into voting as I wish I would have been, but now, yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's cool to get into the city council stuff. And the coolest thing about Corpus is it's such a small world that you can know all the city council members. You can know the mayor. You can understand what they're voting on.
Do career politicians start there, though? Or do they go, like, straight to the house?
It depends, like, where their support is.
Depends on who's putting them where.
Yeah. City manager. What do you probably never really thought about city manager. Like, what do you think the city manager's salary is?
Leslie Knope?
Is that in Austin?
No. Isn't that Arrested Development or something? She's or whatever that.
What
Parks
do you
and
think
Rec?
the city manager's salary is in Corpus? If you had to guess.
City manager?
Yeah. They run the city, essentially.
I don't know. I would say anywhere from 75 to 150.
Right. It's 425,000.
Nice.
I mean,
yeah.
To me that's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. That's
like,
what I was.
That's like. Was this guy working 24/7?
Right.
Like, that's an insane salary for a government. And I'm like asking. This is what I'm like.
That's what POTUS gets paid, right?
Huh?
That's what POTUS gets paid, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm not like trying to. I don't even know the guy. I'm not knocking him. I was just in general. Like, that's what all. I mean, Austin probably makes more than that. But I'm just like interested to, because everyone got mad because they voted on a $36,000 pay raise for the city manager. But I'm like, why was it in the fours already? I'm like, what's the next highest paid? Isn't it like 100?
Yeah.
And so then you're like, you can just get in here and figure out like this. There's real, not necessarily this, but there's things that are happening that you can have an effect on, and like there's a lot going on, and like what, $425,000 salary? I didn't know that was even close to a thing.
Yeah.
But like, maybe that should be changed. Maybe it should be probably 100,000.
Yeah, that's just one of how many employees?
3,000.
And higher level employees, though?
And then, I don't know how that, but then it's like, the city's in $1.8 billion of debt. Like,
yeah,
that's a problem.
Cities run down.
Right.
Yeah,
So
boards up downtown. Does it still look like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a problem.
Right. So, like, those are things that, like, if I were to, let's just forget about the president talk. Like, just if I would be cool to just have a positive impact there, even if I'm not an elected official, like, just to help this thing be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give an opinion, have some thoughts, and care about it. I just get passionate about that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You've said it for a long time, and you've kind of done the same things. Like a few years ago, you're doing the same thing here, right? With local government. I guess you're now doing it in Corpus. Similar kind of concept.
I'm trying to get him.
I'm just pushing you to, like, you know,
for it.
Yeah, like, dude, you're
working
tiptoeing around the waters.
No,
you know?
Yeah, but it's a long game. It's a really long game, and you know, like, I'm connecting the mayor of Round Rock to the mayor in Corpus Christi, and like getting them to talk. That's a big deal, and for them to know who you are.
They're comparing city manager wages.
Yeah, but I read one of Trump's books in high school, and I always thought real estate would be a great way to get some money, build a reputation, and then get into politics.
Mm-hmm.
So I've thought that forever.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that'll help too as we continue to grow, because we're nowhere near where we want to be on the real estate side yet. Your name's not on a tower in downtown New York yet.
I don't need that. But back to the history stuff. I mean, our country could look completely different in 50 years, depending on who's making what decisions, and like it could be bad.
Yeah.
Like, this is a special place.
Right. I agree.
I'll show you this 20-point plan. You'll love it.
Yeah, send that to me. You got a class you're teaching in.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
90 seconds. Send me the 10-point plan. We got a lot of hot takes here. Matt endorsed Trump.
I'm running for president.
Yeah, he's running for president. Can you tell the people 2 things? Number 1, where to donate to your campaign, and 2, how to contact us, talk about Tier 3 Capital, and partner with us.
Yeah, to donate, let's start with the YMCA charity boxing event. Corpus Christi YMCA boxing at the Bay, boxing by the Bay. And then TR3, sign up for the monthly calls. We would love for you guys to join. We update on what we own, what we have. Everybody's welcome. There's always points to learn. You can get your questions answered, but see what we're buying and then see our next deals as they're coming up. And we're going to keep doing this forever. So once a month, it's a fun investor call.
To do that, go to tr3capital.com.
Yep. And then Alex is constantly doing trainings and boot camps, and they're the real deal. Everybody who's gone to them loves them. Been amazing responses. So come get with us, come hustle with us, and appreciate you guys listening. God bless.
We'll change the thumbnail to Matt's boxing ring picture after this. All right, see y'all later.
Peace.